loud. Okay, welcome everyone to Essential Oils Made Easy with Visionary Leaders, Essential Wellness, and all of our other groups that are under those big umbrellas. I'm Dr. Josie Schmidt. I am a naturopathic physician and a Blue Diamond with Doterra. I'm also a Aromatouch instructor, a jeweler, lots of other things. But today I'm going to be teaching and showing the kind of introductory class around how to get started with and work with essential oils. So let me do that. Hopefully this is going to work, y'all. As I screen share first. Nope. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I have my things folding one in front of the other. Here we go. There's this. And then we're here. So I'm going to go to full screen. Sorry, not full screen, but speaker. Okay, I'm going to go to speaker and now I'm going to share screen. And I want to share that screen. And here we are. Great. This is going to be over here. And I get to go to full screen. Oh, maybe y'all weren't supposed to see that, but there you go. Does everyone see the does it nice and pretty and it say essential oils? Okay, great. Okay, well, welcome, and here we are. So, there we go. I think I have to press this. Now to pause. So even if you're not so tech savvy, I have other strengths and you can teach these classes. So today, the aim of this class is to start with anyone who's new or wanting to dive into a little bit more of the basics of getting started and feeling safe and working with essential oils. So what I hope that you leave here today is learning 3 cool things, and you're going to learn a little bit more than that with me about the essential oils, and 3 ways to use your oils. Kind of there's the 3, as I call the modes, the methods of operation, how you can use them. And it's a 4th cool thing about the oils, in fact, that there's 3 ways to use them. And you're going to be pretty excited, I hope, that you're going to say, like, how do I get these and how do you get them in your home and how can you get them at the end of the class? Okay, so starting the 3 cool things and starting with that first thing, the 3 cool things. So really the first cool thing is that essential oils are safe. This is a huge one, because as I learned when I was starting to work with essential oils, before this, I do gemstone jewelry, like high-end specific necklaces for people. And in doing that, I learned just how much that industry is shady with the importing and how gems get from the earth to all the different in-between people and the distributors. And pretty much as I really dove into the essential oil industry, I was amazed at the parallels. It's pretty shady how essential oils come from the plants of the earth. They're distilled, but from the farmers and growers, and even in that journey to the distillers. And then there's a whole other journey of middlemen in between there, and then also in between distillers to the companies that market them, that have no idea some of the middlemen in between all of these and the things that can be done to the essential oils. So when we talk about safety, the first thing to know is I'm speaking about Doterra essential oils. And this is, I partner and work with this company because I know that these oils are certified pure tested grade. And at the very baseline, what this means is that they are both medicinally pure. When you go, and I'm going to tell you about what you want to receive from your peppermint. I'm a physician, and when I started using these with my patients, I wanted to know, when I was telling a patient to use it for a medicinal use, that it was going to have that same use time and again, and it was going to be consistent. It wasn't going to be batch to batch, varying with the constituents in it that made that medicinal effect in our bodies. And basically, that's not very consistent in most oils on the market, and very, very few. And it's one of the few things that really is a difference with doTERRA, and as a physician, why I partnered with it. And so in seeing that difference, so there's the purity in that medicinal, and then there's the potency as well of how well of an effect you're going to get. So when you work with a doTERRA oil with this CPTG, what you are looking at is there's many, many levels of testing that go on. And when that testing goes on, they can tell from the very few, and they do many, the very few tests, the first and second tests, whether it is grown organically or not, whether there's any pesticides in there, whether there are any other chemicals in there, whether there is any mold, whether there's any additives or fillers. A lot of companies try and fill up synthetic additives to make their oils seem more medicinal, because they don't actually have the medicinal components. But things can come in also from the environment and how they are grown. All of that, you don't have to have a label of organic. It's actually very expensive in many of the markets, and many of the third world markets and developing markets in the world. And it's not needed when you thoroughly test. All of that comes out in the testing. It's just known, boom. And doTERRA will reject anything that comes in that way. So when you are working with a doTERRA essential oil, what you are receiving is a medicinal plant medicine, and it is at that level of natural and safe without side effects. I remember in my first years of working with doTERRA, I had a patient who they were working with tea tree oil, melaleuca, and most brands, that's pretty caustic and it can kind of irritate the skin. She actually had a big wound, a burn from using this melaleuca. And it was a bold thing, but I knew the quality and soothing properties of doTERRA's tea tree oil, their melaleuca. And we used the doTERRA melaleuca to heal the burn and the wound of the other melaleuca, and it worked. So it was along the way, there were so many things that I learned in practicing with people and patients who were willing to sort of say, yeah, let's try that, and to really show these properties. And so let's talk about peppermint, because this is what we're in this first cool thing about its safety. I can sit here, I have my bottle of peppermint, and I'm doing a lot of talking. It's like 5:30, it's that time of the day. I'm going to show you the 3 cool ways. I'm going to do 2 of them right now, and maybe I'll do 3. I'm going to inhale and smell it. That's already doing some waking up things to my brain. I'm going to put it in my hand, go to the back of my neck. I kind of want to like get my brain awake and give a good blood flow and the properties that really help stimulate my brain to be more active and not like get the brain fog thing and forget a word. And then here's the other thing. I'm going to take a drop in my mouth. Great, right there. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil has the equivalent medicinal benefit of drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So when you think about peppermint, it is energizing, but it also is really great for the digestion in the belly and helps all those processes. It's something we think about after a meal and helping with digestion. Think about drinking 1 cup, or think about drinking 28 cups. That's a lot to drink, but with 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, I can be having very medicinal levels of effects from that herb without having to drink so much of it. So that's one of the differences between our traditional, that I learned, dry herbs, and some of the traditional level of using herbs and essential oils, is that the essential oil version is 50 to 70 times more potent. That's a lot. That's a lot of bang for your buck in 1 drop of an oil. All right, so I think that's going to get me onto, well, there's the third thing, but so they're safe. They are effective. The third thing is that they're inexpensive. So I'm going to tell you about more about just 1 drop of oil and all the bang it can get you medicinally. But the effectiveness part of that goes into it, in that how concentrated they are. So when you're using an oil or an oil blend, so On Guard is one of our premier blends. It is cinnamon, clove, rosemary, eucalyptus, and wild orange. And we think of it as the protective or immune blend. It really helps support our immune system, promoting a lot of healthy cellular function. And I use it all the time. I love using it daily and teaching people to wake up in the morning with their whole family and use a couple drop or two on the bottoms of their feet to really help surge and support their immune system as they go out to work and to school and for the day. And what are you doing with that one or a few drops of an essential oil? Well, essential oils can cross through, it says here, then permeate our cell membranes. They're oily. They have that ability. Our cell membranes are lipophilic and oily too. And so you need something that has that same quality, and they're immediately able to get inside of our cells. They can work on the outside of our cells, but they also work in the inside. And just to see what this, that figure is actually, so that little ripple of stuff is supposed to be the oil going inside the cell. And what you're seeing represented on the inside of the cell is actually a virus. And that purple one on the outside is more of like something in the bacterial realm. Bacteria are not able to enter into our cells, but viruses are. And so to have something that is incredibly antibacterial and viral both, and work equally inside or outside of our cells and have a function. What do you think some of these oils do for the plants? That's right. A lot of essential oils, the constituents in them, the function in the plants is to be immune protected against bugs, viruses, bacteria, molds, yeasts, and actual other bugs munching on them. This essential oil components are the components that do that. They keep the plants more safe in that way. And they do the same thing for us. They have antiviral, antibacterial, all the microbes, antimicrobial actions that are incredibly effective and incredibly safe. I have one example of when I started
can we ask everybody to
living
mute?
with
And they don't need it to be
with
crispy.
my current partner. He's a teacher. And
Josie?
before getting together with me, he teaches
Josie?
college, and he teach 4 times a day, every day. And he would basically, through the winter, he'd get at least 2 upper respiratory infections.
Josie, can you ask everybody to mute, or can you mute
And
everybody?
I don't know if someone has a question.
Yeah, we're having a hard time hearing people because not everybody's muted.
You have to unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted.
Is anyone trying to talk to me? I can't hear. No? Okay.
Yes, we're trying to talk to you, but that's okay. Everybody mute yourself. Kathleen and everybody else, just, I don't mean to pick on anybody, but everybody mute yourself.
Should I go out and listen to what you're doing? No, okay, go ahead. So he would get upper respiratory infections every winter because he was exposed to a lot of people. And his immune system was like, okay, but not great. And he would get like maybe 1 bronchitis every other year. And when he started, I had him just take On Guard before in the morning, a few drops under his tongue before he went to school every morning. And he also did it on the bottoms of his feet. And that first winter, nothing, not a single upper respiratory infection. And now it's like, what, 6 years later, he has not had an upper respiratory infection, not one. And he, any kind of upper respiratory infection, and he's not had bronchitis. So it starts to show you the power and the potency of these oils and using them in simple ways. So they're incredibly effective. And then the 3 cool things, they are affordable. So I talked about using a little bit of just a couple drops and how that kept him from any type of, think about what that saved him with the upper respiratory infection and going to his doctor, paying the copay, depending on where your insurance is, having to take off from work or school to go to the doctor, get the medication, pay for it. Yeah, he hasn't had that for 6 years. Think about your child with an ear infection. Lavender is incredible to help mitigate against ear infections. We just put a little bit, a drop or 2 behind the ears, get a cotton ball in half, do a drop on the cotton ball and gently place it right in the ear before going to bed. This is one of our remedies that we do, and boom, many ear infections are gone before you even have time to go to the doctor. And so think about that kind of cost savings. Essential oils incredibly are just pennies per dose. Okay. So those are the three cool things about them: safe, affordable, and effective. And now the three cool ways to use them. So I already went through them in a sense. There is aromatic, topical, and internal. So first we're going to start with topical. So topical, you saw me use it on the back of my neck with the peppermint. I talked about using a couple drops on the bottoms of your feet. Same way with the bottoms of my feet, I would go like this, and I would just rub it on the bottom of my my feet, one and then the other. I have it here on the back of my hand. And again, I can do some now, very stimulating for the back of my neck, incredible for helping with hot flashes or when it's just really hot outside. Wonderful for any type of head ache, tension thing, the big ones that happen. Peppermint, very effective. Now, for people who are just starting, when you're more new, we like to teach about carrier oil. You saw me use it straight on my hand and to the back of my neck. That's called neat. I would not try that with most essential oils, but with Doterra, again, because of the purity, this is a safe thing to do if it's an oil that's not known to be incredibly hot. Like a hot oil would be cinnamon. Clove can sometimes, depending on the person, oregano, a very hot oil, right? Some of these make sense. Peppermint not. Peppermint's a cooling oil. But in the beginning, it's really great to just use carrier oil and to dilute a little bit. It does not dilute the effectiveness. So the medicine is still there when you're diluting. So you're doing a carrier oil, you're adding it to a little bit of a carrier oil, you're adding the essential oil. You are actually sometimes making it more effective because you're keeping it in suspension when you apply it now to the area, onto the skin, and it's absorbing at a slower rate into your bloodstream. And so think of it as a time release capsule. So you're not making it less effective, you're just making it go in slower over time. And sometimes that can be better medicinally. So we like to use fractionated coconut oil, but we also have some different blends of carrier oils. And we have oils that already are in a base of a carrier oil. And you will usually see those in a version that looks like this. It is a 10 ml and it's a roller bottle. When you take the top off, it's roller, and they're really specifically for topical use. And those guys, most of them are already together with a carrier oil. My favorite places to use in the beginning, topical oils are here, the back of the neck for the brain, when I'm really trying to stimulate my brain chemistry with the actions of the oils, called the highway up to the brain. I like to apply things here to roll it on like this, right onto my wrists and rub my wrists together. If you know anything about meridian points or Ayurvedic medicine or Chinese medicine, this is the channels are all flowing through here. So you're getting a lot of kind of actions all at once. It's rubbing into your bloodstream, and then you can also take a deep inhalation, 1 to 3 breaths, right? And that'll take you into the other way, which is aromatic, which I'll talk about in a second. When oils are, when you apply them onto your skin, they are absorbing within 30 seconds and into your bloodstream, and they're having access within that 30 seconds to every cell in your body. They can go all over and really have an intelligence to where they are needed in your body. We love to use them topically throughout the day, aromatically. So anytime you are taking in a deep inhalation of an essential oil, or we have different kinds of diffusers where they're passively in water, the oils going out into the air, and you're breathing them in as you are in that environment. And you can see here, they're cleansing the air in the environment. Remember the antimicrobial actions. They are helping, definitely one of those first actions that's happening as you're breathing them in is they're being exposed to your whole respiratory system and helping to open your airways, and they're being affected immediately. Remember that ability for them to cross into our cells, where they also cross our blood-brain barrier and have that immediate action to affect all of our brain chemistry as we're inhaling them. So very effective when we use them aromatically too. And then internally, you saw me take a dose, a single drop of the peppermint right there under my tongue in my mouth. It can be as simple as that. Just a few, 1 or 2 drops is usually what we take when we do a dose. You can do it in water. So we drink oils throughout the day in water. I'll talk about that with the citrus oils. There's a veggie cap empty, so you can drop different oils into a veggie cap and take it as a capsule. You can drop it right into your tongue. I like to get a little shot glass, have a little like ½ ounce of water, you can do a couple drops, especially like with allergy season. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint, 2 drops of each of those in a shot glass and down. That is one of the premier remedies to help with seasonal distress. I think that's the word we're supposed to use for that. So 3 ways, those are the 3 ways that we use essential oils, aromatically, topically, and internally. And I hope some alarm bells are going off that immediately you can see that for for children who aren't ready to be taking pills and their medicine in any kind of pill form, or older people who have difficulty with swallowing or digestion, that becomes difficult, how to get our different medicinals in. And essential oils, you can be using them topically and aromatically and just drinking them and have a profound effects. And so the ability to work with broad amounts of people in many different ways is here. Okay, so now we're going to go quickly through a few of the oils. So wild orange, it's one of the citrus oils. I kind of lump them all together because citrus oils actually are very similar in their medicinal constituency. They have very high amounts of this one constituent called D-limonene or D-limonene, depending on from where you hail. And the D-limonene is an incredible kind of multiphasic ingredient that does a lot of things in our bodies. It helps with our whole detoxification process within our liver. It helps, if you know about that, if you, there's a thing called glutathione, and it's one of the things that we produce ourselves, and it works through in our liver and those detoxification pathways. The more we can have of that, the better. And it's not an easy molecule to get into our bodies. You can't just take glutathione as a supplement easily. And so all these citrus oils come from the pith, the white part of the peel. And this is in all the traditional formulas of Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine. You're always going to see peels in there. And this is the reason. They're incredibly helpful for the liver and a lot of our processes for metabolizing and detoxifying and getting things through the body. And so we love to put a few drops of essential oils in your drinking water bottles as you're drinking throughout the day. Again, the citrus oils with that D-limonene, I said it works and does many different things, incredibly beneficial for our brain chemistry in stabilizing a lot of that, and that has to do with mood. So helping to uplift the mood in a very, very specific way, very helpful. Breathe. This is a blend that I love. They're very, you can just kind of, you see the titles and you kind of get what the blend is about. It's the respiratory blend, and it's Breathe, and it's a beautiful blend, and it has all of the different herbs that are about helping you to open the airways and help you get more oxygen, in and through your lungs. And so maintains feelings of clear airways. This is one that we've been using through the pandemic. We use all through, the cold flu seasons, also with allergies, with wildfires, right? There's so many reasons that we need to be supporting our airways and our lungs. And the herbs in this do it in many different fashions all at once. This is one of our cornerstone blends. As is Deep Blue. This is about anti-inflammatory action and supporting muscles, tendons, ligaments, soreness from chronic, not just acute things. This is one that we all love. It comes in many different forms. We have a stick where you can just roll it on. We have a cream, but it's a great way to start is working with the oil in the beginning. Digest Zen. What do you think this is about? Exactly, the digestive Zen. So like the respiratory blend, this is all things digestive in supporting many different ways our digestive system. So relieves upset stomach, yep, motion sickness. Women use it during their menstrual cycles, for nausea, people in different types of therapies where people have nausea. This has been incredibly effective and helpful. All for children sort of learning. I love the households where youngins are, grow up with the oils, and they'll just say to their mom, "Mommy, I want the blue blend or the Zen blend on my tummy." And they know that if they rub it on the bottoms of their feet or if they rub it on their tummy, they're going to feel better with whatever's going on with their little bellyache. All the way to people who have, more specific kind of extreme digestive chronic situations going on. So this one is, again, a cornerstone blend for family use. And then frankincense. So I think of this as the brain oil. This is a single oil. It's a resin from a tree coming from different Somalia and parts of the Middle East. And all of the things I would highlight supporting a healthy nervous system. When you think of all things and cells, this helps our cells perform optimally, right? So we don't want our cells going off and becoming kind of Frankenstein cells, if you know what I'm talking about. Frankincense has a very specific action in helping cells to stay normal, as well as just in the brain, helping to oxygenate the brain. They've done some studies on that. And my personal story is about 10 years ago, when I was 42, I was starting to have, these are the beginning of kind of perimenopausal stuff. And I was studying with these neurologists, and I was, in this program, and I was taking some really high level supplements to help because I was already having some brain fog. And I knew that's not good. When you have brain fog, that means that's inflammation in the brain. There's all these pathways that are starting to get turned on that, like, you don't want them to get turned on. And I read up about frankincense, and I read the studies and saying, oh my God, it's turning off that inflammatory marker that's making those things happen. So I started taking 2 drops of frankincense in the morning and before bed. And within 2 weeks, oh my gosh, all of those symptoms were gone. And it has been the cornerstone for all of my perimenopause, menopausal kind of like support for the brain and for so many women. Lemon, similar to wild orange, you can use it in your water, use it in all those ways, but we like to also say it's incredible cleaner. We do squirt bottles on all of our surfaces throughout the home and clean with lemon. There's so many ways I love to put it on my dryer balls. It cleans the outside and the inside. Okay, so I want to talk about this. You're like, wait, why are you talking about supplements, right? This is Doterra, their essential oil company. Well, actually, what's interesting is their #1 selling product is actually this, their trio pack of daily supplement support. And it's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And it's made up of these 3 bottles, the Microplex VMZ, it's a whole food multivitamin and mineral supplement, together with, oh, that's weird. Something just happened to my PowerPoint. Okay. I don't know if other people saw this. Okay, well, there's that. Oh, it just went blank. I don't know what happened, y'all. Well, this is unprecedented. Let me go out of here and see if we can see what's going on. Does it like that? All right, and come back. Okay, well, let's keep going. I don't know what happened. So I'm explaining the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the 3-pack, and that you have a whole food multivitamin and mineral complex. The first one is the VMZ. And then you have this antioxidant cellular energy, anti-inflammatory power pack called the Alpha CRS. It's 19 different herbs and supportive amino acids and supplements for our energy cells in our body and our anti-inflammatory kind of processes. And then the XE Omega, which is a omega 3, 6, and 9, but mostly 3 and fatty acid complex. It also has some essential oils in there, and it gives you the omega-3s from the land and the sea, and it combines them together. It has other nutrients. The whole consortium of this Lifelong Vitality Pack is really where, as a naturopath, I see people empowering their own health and able to really bring their systems back into balance, in a balance supported state. This brings in cellular nutrition. So nutrition at a cellular level, because the essential oils are not nutrients, right? They bring in this incredible phytochemical information to our cells, and our cells react and they do things and they change. But they also need these cofactors, these vitamins and mineral nutrient cofactors for their regular metabolic processes to really come and bring together with the essential oils. And I sort of say, when I see these two things acting in unison, it's when I hear the music, it's when I see the symphony, it's when people start healing themselves. Their bodies move back into balance from an out of balance state, whatever that was for them. And I personally I love this. I take this myself, and I think it is a incredible value. That's a whole other thing. I have an hour-and-a-half seminar, a webinar on just the Lifelong Vitality Pack, everything that's in it, and the value of it compared to what you see from naturopaths and retail on the market. You can't find anything of this quality at this value. And then adding on, as a naturopath, we always focus on functional, foundational medicine and nutrients. And so we really want to bring in a rounded, good, full spectrum digestive enzyme. And this is Terrazyme, and great probiotics and prebiotics. And you get these together in PB Assist, an incredible pre and probiotic combination. So when you're bringing in that digestive support together then with the Lifelong Vitality and all that is there, you're really bringing to the body the foundational nutrients and supplements it needs. And then you're bringing in this super high-powered, powerful, pure, potent plant chemistry to really then sort of say, hey, let's move some things and shift back into a beautiful homeostasis and balance. This is, I'd say anyone who's here to take a screenshot. I love this. This really is taking, when you sort of say, how do I start? What are some things? We have packages of starter packages that are at really nice discounts. And my favorite one, and many of ours, is one called the Healthy Habits Kit, because it's not like an oil for this and oil for that. It's like, hey, when you get into healthy habits and healthy lifestyle, that's when things really change. And so this is kind of looking at what does it look like, the day in the life of working with some healthy habits where you have some good nutritional support together with essential oils, using them a little bit throughout the day in what I call small, frequent daily doses, a little bit topically, a little bit internally, and a little bit aromatically, pulsed here and there as you work through your day, together with taking the supplements, either one, 2, or 3 times a day, right? People are different on how that works for them. But you can sort of see there's this morning, afternoon, evening, and sometimes bedtime, putting oils on the feet, taking a little bit under the tongue, putting some oils in your water, diffusing during the day. I put a lot of oils. I have a lot of oils on my counter of my sink in my bedroom, bathroom sink, and where I could have my morning routine and my going to bed routine. That's usually where I apply a large amount of my oils for the day. So I have this kind of wake up and go to bed routines, and it's really fun So that's another aspect of the oils. They're just fun, and using them is fun. So I talked about this idea of kind of healthy habits and working from a little bit of a broader perspective. We're kind of at the end of this part of the class, and just to end with, what are your top 3 health concerns? And can you imagine life without these? Could working into the daily habits help you bring your body into a place of balance where these health concerns are no longer present? And so what I would say is I'd like to share with you a couple of the different starter packages, how you get started, and take some notes, think about some things, and reach out to the person who invited you to this call, because they are your wellness advocate. They're the one where you always want to customize, right? There's like the general thing, but it's nice to customize. And then with whatever's going for you, you can get a little bit more specific. So there's 3 ways to purchase with doTERRA. There's retail, but we rarely do that. It's the most expensive. Really, it's in like our doctor's offices, chiropractors, different practitioners' offices where you're going to go on the shelf and you're going to pay retail. And part of the whole ethos and value within doTERRA is empowering people to have home health and learning how to do this themselves. And so the best way is to work with wholesale. And then there's a third way, which is below wholesale. And so with doTERRA, you can get your own account. It's a wholesale account. It's like Costco, where there's a $35 membership fee, and then everything is 25% off of retail. But honestly, you really want below wholesale. That's the best way to buy them. That's how I buy them. I really don't let anyone I know or any of my friends, get things unless they're getting into the deeper savings of what doTERRA has to offer. So in these enrollment packages, these kits, they're waiving that $35 membership fee. So that's the first way in which you can save. And then doTERRA has an incredible loyalty program in which you start getting down into like between 50 to 60% off of retail in how you're purchasing if you're working with doTERRA in a monthly way and having a loyalty program and really, really living a lifestyle and doing healthy habits. So that is what I like to see as a naturopath. I like to teach people to move into that. So I encourage people to explore doTERRA's loyalty program and all the benefits of deep below wholesale savings. It really makes natural medicine affordable, medicine for the people. So what can you expect from the person who invited you here? You're going to work back with them, and they will be giving you a welcome package, a personal wellness consultation, so you can really customize and make it more individual to what's going on with you. We have access to all of our VIP educational support. We have up to 8 years or more of webinars and information and calls, and we have ongoing support and things within our greater team. There's just so much fun and community going on, so please join us. We have lots of giveaways, then that's fun, and ongoing support. This is our group. Here's a picture of us, and you can sort of see some of the stuff that we have going on within Visionary Leaders. And so talk with the person. They might have their groups. So sometimes we have smaller groups that we all come together as a larger collective. And hellovisionary.life is the website for this bigger group. Now, okay, let's go over some of the kits. So this is the kit I was talking about. This is my favorite kit. As a naturopath, this is where I want people to start. I kind of know if you just do oils, you'll hit a wall. You won't really get to some of the deeper stuff that's going on. Working with the deep supplementation with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Terrazyme, and the PB Assist is really where you are going to start to get to the deeper issues and working with it. And then bringing in these different oils in the way that I think that Healthy Habits, right? So take a screenshot of that really does it. But when you talk to the person, you can kind of, some of the oils that we didn't go over, balance. Balance is like lavender. It is an oil for mental wellness and for our bringing the nervous system into a state of balance and calmness. And so you can use them interchangeably. Lavender and balance you would both be putting on the bottoms of your feet before sleep, during the day when you need to have a shot of calm and you want some support. In the middle of the night, they're great for diffusing as you are sleeping. Those would be the kind of ways that you would use those. Now, the Healthy Start Kit. Some people are still like, well, Joe's, I love what, it's nice what you're saying, but I want to start with the oils. So there's little bottles and big bottles. These are the little bottles in this Healthy Start Kit, and they are 5 milliliters. The big bottles are 15 milliliters. So big bottle looks like this, 15, and a little bottle looks like this next to it. Hold on, I'm going to, and anyways, it's 5. So the big bottle is 3 times the size of the little bottle. And in this one, we call these the kind of the top 10 oils that every home should have in the medicine kit, help you kind of work with all of the basic needs in getting you through stuff. There's a lot of support material around these top 10 oils. And this is a small to medium sized diffuser. It's a wonderful kind of starter kit, dip your toe. And if that's where your, is comfortable for you at the price, that's great. It's a great place to start. I would say in terms of value, the Home Essentials Kit is a better deal. So the Healthy Start was $160. You get a bigger and a better diffuser in this one, and you get, 1/3 to 3 times, you get 3 times as much oil in this one, and it's only $100 more. So in terms of just bang for your buck, a better deal. The Aromatouch Kit. We did not go over this. We have classes around the Aromatouch. This is I have been an instructor for this, and now they have an online course with a certification. It's so great. It makes it so much more accessible. And what it is an application treatment of these 8 oils along the spine in a sequence using kind of lymphatic-like movements with the hands. It's about a 30 to 40 minute treatment, and it is incredible for balancing the entire nervous system, bringing it back to homeostasis, to that place of calm. We know that how much stress is connected with all forms of dis-ease. And so working this sequence of oils with the Aromatouch Kit is a proven sequence of oils that is incredible, has just incredible benefits for everybody. And so with this kit, you also, not only do you get the certification course, the online one that is, available to everyone, but I don't know if it's $100 or it's something like that. You get it free with this kit, and you also get the $35 waived. So very big value in this kit. This month, Doterra is great. They do promotions, most different ones, different months. And this one is if you order, so there's a point value. That's what PV means for most oils. It's 1-to-1. There's a couple that it's different and a couple of the supplements. But so you'll see 200 PV when you order approximately $200 worth of oils. Every one of the, let's see, I was looking at the kits, and the Healthy Habits is 195 PV. So you'd want to buy like a toothpaste. We have incredible toothpaste, or a chapstick. I love our chapsticks, or a lemon oil to get to 200. And then you get these 3 for free. If you went with the Healthy Habits kit, your wellness advocate can help you with this, but it's a great penny to get this value of almost $70 worth of oils for free. So ask about that. And I just want to go into, for people who want to know, a lot of times in these classes, people have had friends with doTERRA, and they're like, what is Josie doing? I want to know a little bit about that business side of it. And great. There's really 3 types of people that we've kind of distilled it down into, who engage with us, with doTERRA. And most of the time, there's people who are using customers with the wellness lifestyle, right? Like just like you today, coming to a class, getting educated, and loving the oils and using them in their life and in their home. And then there's a second type of person that's doing that, and at the same time, they're like, oh man, my mom should have this, and my sister needs this, and my mailman, oh my God, he needs some deep blue, right? Like you can't kind of shut up about it. Like I'm one of those types of people with a lot of things. I mean, I love these earrings. I got them on Etsy and I was like, oh my God, you guys, you should check this lady out. You know, I like to share. I was like that with the oils. And if that's where you are, and if, you know, people are like, yeah, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, you look so much better. And people are like, oh my God, your hair is growing, your skin looks great. What are you doing, Josie? And I'm like, you know, those oils. Yeah. So that's what we would say, someone who's, you know, interested in sharing. And when you share, you can get your oils paid for. One of the things we like to say is that's Doterra healthcare, right? You get the incredible the highest level nutritional supplementation and products. And not only do you get it at maybe below wholesale, you could then get it for free, you know, and getting a little extra on the side too. And then some people are watching us and saying, I could do a better job than her. They're saying, hey, that's kind of looks fun. I'm an educator. I like teaching. I like people. I love, you know, I'm always wanting to help people out. And this looks really exciting. You might be the third type of person who wants to incorporate this into one of your ways of earning income, whether it's part-time or full-time, and dip into working with this business. So we call that a builder. And if you are the second or the third type of person, and this month, I said there's different promotions. There's a promotion through, it's actually this month and next month. So it's been going on for 3 months. We're in the middle month here for winning this Yarrow Palm. This is a beautiful body oil that is pretty amazing. And then this Rose Glow Mist as well, which is a very special promotion of theirs. You will get these for free when you share. So talk to your wellness advocate, have them have a class like this in person, online for you. Invite your friends to some of these classes, and you can see there's up to 3 enrollments and then up to 5 enrollments. You can be earning both of these. And so an enrollment is just someone, you know, basically saying, hey, I want a wholesale account and I'd like to use some of this in my home. And great, that's what that is. So that's a great incentive to start sharing. And for those of you who want to know, we have about 5 more minutes, a little bit more about the building side of Doterra and why would you partner with this company? And so, like, why Doterra? Why now? What is this about? So Doterra is the largest essential oil company presently in the world. It's the most trusted, most tested on the market. It's used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. The oils are ethically and sustainably sourced. Doterra works directly with farmers and growers all around the globe. We're open in more than 120 markets. It's an incredibly well orchestrated and generous compensation plan. We have the highest retention rate in the industry, up to an over 65% retention rate. That is incredible for any company. Doterra is privately owned. We have an incredible ownership team, and they are debt-free with no outside funding, which makes a lot of difference in some of those things when you're thinking about partnering actually with a company. Just simply when you sort of, the basics, how do I make money with Doterra? It's kind of like this. It's like you're sampling someone. You could be sending them an oil, but a lot of times sampling is this, you just have your oils with you and you're sharing and you're putting them on yourself and then you're putting them on someone else. So you're having someone else smell an oil or taste it, right? Sampling in any type of way of just being yourself. You're doing something like this, or it's not like this. You're just teaching, you're talking about them. You're educating people about the oils, how you use them, how they worked for you, how they're safe. You help the people enroll with their own account, and then you support them in your own customer service and with our whole team. We have an entire support network in all that we do in Visionary Leaders, so you are not alone. And this is a quick slide to give people an idea of the income potential. So I think these are the monthly averages. I would say they're spot on in some of my experience, and some takes a while to get to that average. But yeah, I have worked my way through, and I experience most of these incomes as I worked through the ranks, and they are real. So how much time is involved? So if you want to get your oils paid for, that's about 3 to 5 hours a week for a sustained period. If you want to support your income, you're looking at about 5 to 15 hours a week, part-time, or replacing your income, really 15 to 30 hours, part-time, full-time, kind of in that range. So it gives you kind of a ballpark of what we're looking at. And here's the questions you should be asking yourself. Are you passionate about oils? I would say oils, plant medicine, natural forms of health. Do you love people? Do you like interacting? Do you like community? Do you like service? And can you follow a system and get things done? Those are the things that we like to see in someone working with this, that we see that mostly will generate success. So what's the next step? If you answered yes to these, upgrade your account. You can ask your wellness advocate about that. It's a simple little button basically in your back office. You just go and to upgrade your account. You want to have a loyalty rewards account going and set your loyalty rewards order to 100 point value. And then if it's no, you're going to start with the kit, figure out what works best for you. This month and next month, this promotion going on, if you have like, I just want to get what I want to get, and I want this list, and here's my list. Great. Guess what? If your list of oils equals 150 point value, then you get your membership for free. The $35 is waived. So there you go. Choose a kit or do that, and set up your loyalty account. Reach out for help, and we'll plug you into all of our trainings and resources. And you start making your list and start sampling and sharing oils with your friends. So, all right. And we have an actual launch day. So this is a 3-hour workshop for like, hey, I think I'd like to do this, but I don't know what to do. And great. Guess what? We have a 3-day workshop where it's like, here's all the things you do and let's get started. And it's a lot of fun. So talk to your wellness advocate. Your launch day workshop is, that's an old slide. So we have another one. Hold on, peoples. Talk to the person who invited you. We had it on April 24th, and we have another one. And our next one is in June, and it is I think it's in June. There it is. It's June 25th. It's a Saturday. And June 25th, and it is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, June 25th. So that is our next launch day workshop. All right, I am going to stop the share and go back and go into gallery. And does anyone have any questions? Nope. Anything? Any questions if they're here, if anything? If not, still you can get ready and ask a question, but just saying thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and being here today for our Essential Oils Made Easy. And I guess that's all, unless anyone has a question where they'd like to ask or just talk about something. So Ray is saying thank you. Thank you for coming, Ray. Yeah. Virginia, thank you so much too. Yeah. Let's see. Was it that I was difficult to hear? I hope not. I guess we'll have to go back and listen to the mic. My sound is all the way up on my computer. I hope it wasn't difficult to hear. All right. Thank you, everyone. Love you so much. And join us next week. We have a different visionary leader teacher, and we have this going every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific time. All right. Bye. $10,000 a piece. If you get them all, you will win an additional